So yeah, make it as comfortable as you need to. Even if you need to place something under the belly, if you feel too much compression in the front of the hips, do whatever feels best. You can even kind of lie over the blocks for more support. We're going to stay here for another minute. And on the inhale, feeling like you can relax all the way down to the spine, expand the hips. On the exhale, relax the forehead, the shoulders. Take a couple more breaths, and then we'll come out of the position. So come out here, and now we'll come on to our side. So you can use a pillow, or a block, or both. So we'll bend the knees. Take it so the ankles, hips, and shoulders are in line, and just give yourself room. We're going to move the arm around. So for the front half of the circle, palm is down as you breathe out, and then for the back half, palm flips up. Inhale here. And then when it comes to the hip, palm faces down. You can move the shoulder as well, so it draws back here, opening up your chest a bit, and then draw it forward. For this first part, we're gonna isolate the movement more into the rib cage, but keep the knees squeezing together so that hips and lower body stay still. And we'll just do one more in this direction. Good, and then just pause at the hips, flip the palm up, take it the other way. Exhale forward. Just two more like this. And release it. Now take this arm up here, fold or extend at your wrist, and then we're just going to move the upper arm and then the forearm around, internally and externally rotating here. As you move, keep pressing the palm to the ceiling so you create some space in that shoulder joint. You don't compress it. You can inhale one way, exhale the other. And then we'll continue the same move, but now with the arm in front. External, internal. Couple more. And then for the last position, bring it back up, rotate it so the fingers are pointing away from you, and then you're gonna bring the arm down about 45 degrees out from the hip, and then we'll do the same thing again. All right, so let the arm rest. We'll do a little bit for hip mobility. So starting position, keep the space between the thighs, knees in line with the hip. We're gonna open it up and then bring it down and then bring it back like that. So starting position, open, close, thigh back. And then just check your alignment. I was starting to pull my chin forward. Try to bring back the head in line with the spine and keep it there through the movement. Just a couple like this, and then we'll do one more on this side. All right, rest that leg for a moment. And then we're just gonna do a little internal rotation with the thigh, opening up the sacrum a bit. Okay, so you're here, and then you're doing this move internally, and then just come back here, like so. So try to still keep the length between the hip and the shoulder as you do this. Don't crunch the hip up towards the head. Just another 4. Okay, so let's do all those moves on the other side. Settling in here. So we'll start with the arm. Exhale, flip palm up, open it up, inhale. Stretch the arm out fully as you come back. I'm a little blocked by my wall, but you want to really stretch it as far back as you can. We'll do 2 more. Okay. Let's take your pause at the hip and then flip the palm up. Inhale, move it the other way. Exhale, forward. 2 more here. Good. All right, lift the arm up, extend at your wrists, and then we'll go into our external, internal rotation. 4. Okay, so bring it just in front, wrist in front of the shoulder, and we continue. Four more. Good, okay. Last variation here, 45 degrees out, same move. Four more. Good, all right. Let that go, bring knees more 90-90 here, and then opening it up, and then bringing it back, the thigh. Four more of these. Rest for just a moment, then we'll do that internal rotation with the thigh bone. Okay, so in, and then back to starting. And back. Let's do 4 more. 2 and 1. All right, perfect. Okay, let that go. Grab some water if you need. Okay, so we'll start into the ELDOAs. We will start with that L3-4 because that's that one right behind the belly button. That's kind of the point where everything should be aligned properly above. So we will work this area to maybe create a little space in it today so we have better alignment to start with. Okay, so legs are long and externally rotated. Sit for a moment, trying to think about that space behind the belly button. And see if you can focus your breath into that area. And then we will take one arm, other arm. So push the palms forward, lengthen your spine. Draw the fingers back. Take another moment here. Try to lift the rib cage off the pelvis. And then you can take the one arm up and out at roughly the 45 degrees, and then the other arm up and out, and we will stay here. Draw your chin back a bit more, look down. Hold about another 10 seconds. Okay, let that go. Remember, coming out of it slowly and taking a full 10 seconds to release. All right, so next one is the T8-9 area. So that's the one that's a couple inches below where your ribs come together in the front. That spot adjacent on the back. Okay. So here, plant the feet firmly into the floor and bring the heels as close as you can just before the lower back starts to round. Stop there. Push strongly into the feet. Before we bring our arms up, for this one, you want to think of press a little more into the outside of the feet, and then moving up, you're drawing the knees in, not together, but that isometric kind of pulling them in a bit. So out, in, so it's kind of this, they call it a lemniscat. I'll explain that in another class, but it's this creating this kind of torque through the body. So out here lifts the arches, drawing in activates the adductors, and so we get the muscles full potential. Okay, press firmly into the feet, and then we'll add the arms here, and you can bring one up and then the other and push the palms to the ceiling, pull the fingers to the floor. Push a little more into the outside of the foot, press a little more into the inside of the knees, and stay. Push firmly into the ball of the foot. Try holding another 10 seconds. everything release down. Let the legs go. Hold here for a few moments. And then we will come back to the same position through the lower body. We're going to open the arms this time, just moving up a little higher here. So once again, set yourself up. Spread the toes, place them onto the floor, keep them planted into the floor. Now take a little more weight into the outside of the foot, and then draw the knees in a bit. Pull the heels to the hips. And then we'll come up to this position, and this time we do wide, like we did well with our L3-4, and we stay here. Retract the chin, eyes look down. Let the knees fall out. Another 10. Release it. And then hold here for a little bit. Okay, and then we'll just move to next vertebrae or joint, vertebral joint up, is a T671. That's the one that's mid-chest on your back. So you can sit cross-legged, just anchoring knees down to feel an activation in the hips. And for this one, a few ways to come into it, but today we'll take the arms wide and then bring the arms forward, soften your elbows, and face the point of the elbows to the outside as you join hands here. And then we'll start to bring it up like that. As soon as the elbows roll in, just stop. And then if you can even go further, you bring it up, biceps by the ears, and then reach all the way up, bring the hands together, and maybe even straighten your elbows if you're able to. And then we stop and stay. Fingertips keep kind of reaching up as thumbs kind of try to draw the back. Push your knees down. Another 10 seconds.
rest for a few moments. And then we'll continue moving up. So these are the ones where you start on all fours. Good. So externally rotate your arms. The toes can be flat if it's more comfortable to have it tucked, do that. And then we're going to try to lose the curve in the lower back, flatten the spine up. On your inhale, you reach the one arm forward, eventually trying to get it bicep by the ear, and we stay. Last 10 seconds. Okay, let it go. Take a few breaths here. And then we can take it to the other side. Okay. Here, externally rotate. Blend out the spine. And then take the arm up and stay with it. Last 10. Okay, let that go. Rest it for a moment. Let's come on to our back. We'll do this one core one and then final stretch. So we're gonna get into neutral position, keep the little bit of the curve in the lower back for this. Try to bring lower ribs in towards the floor, pad your head
Lift it up a little bit if you need, and then we'll lift one other. And then what we're going to do is just holding out here, just keeping the core engaged. We'll do that for 45 seconds. Deep inhales and exhales. Final 10 seconds. Good, and then you can bring everything in, release your lower back towards the floor. And then we'll take heels wide, drop the knees in. Grab opposite hand to elbow, and then we'll take it back overhead, holding here. If it's too straining through the shoulders, you can just kind of grab more wrists as opposed to reaching for the elbows. And just hold the position. Then just switch the clasp of the hands. Take another couple of breaths. Release everything. We can come up to seated. Here. And finish together, taking our big breaths, inhaling it up. Exhale, let it go. One more. And exhaling, letting it go. Thank you very much, everybody.